Welcome in, Seahawks Today. My chat sports Tyler Jones here with you as we break down the Seahawks' second-round pick at 52 overall. The Seahawks select UCLA running back Zach Charbonnet with the pick. And I got to tell you, this is one that I think is going to intrigue a lot of people. Remember, last year Seattle in the second round chose Kenneth Walker, and we saw how well that worked out. So now they go running back again. This Seattle team, very familiar over the last few seasons, taking running backs high, comparably speaking to other teams. And when you look at the resume of Zach Charbonnet, you can see why Seattle went this direction here. The scouting report on Zach Charbonnet, let's tell you what he brings to the table here. Quality build with strong protection after transferring from Michigan to UCLA. A bell count ability with plenty of broken tackles. Pass protection is not a strong point despite his size. Our own Tom Downey grades him as the number 4 running back in this draft and the number 75 prospect overall. This past year at UCLA, Zach Charbonnet had a season that included close to 1,400 yards Charbonnet put together this year, including 14 touchdowns and averaged about 7 yards per carry. And the accolades were there for Charbonnet as well, as he was named a first-team All-American selection and also a first-team All-Pac-12 performer. So a lot of high praise for Zach Charbonnet here with this pick that the Seahawks have made. Let's show you the scouting report, what The Athletic had to say about Charbonnet. Charbonnet is not a dynamic start-stop athlete to quickly change rush lanes or escape trouble, but he has extraordinary vision with reliable pass catching and blocking skills and impeccable football character. He projects as a low-end NFL starter. Now, in Seattle's case, obviously he won't be the starter. That job belongs to Kenneth Walker III. But now we know with Shane Waldron's offensive scheme that Seattle loves to run the football, right? And they want to establish the run to open up the passing game. And if any sign told us last year watching this Seahawks team, you have to have multiple running backs. When Rashad Penny went down, then Kenneth Walker was that guy. Walker had a couple injuries last year. We saw Travis Homer and DJ Dallas get carries last year. Now this is essentially the replacement for Rashad Penny here. You have multiple options because you got to keep guys fresh with as much as you demand from this running game. I got more from Zach Charbonnet here in just a moment. Before we do, here's your turn to grade the pick here on Seahawks Today. What do you think about this move by Seattle to go with Charbonnet here? Grade it for me, A, B, C, D, or F. You might get a ad break. If so, take advantage of it and hit us up in the comments section what your grade is for this pick, A, B, C, D, or F. Let me know in the comments section below. More on Charbonnet that I want to tell you about here. A quality build. Good size, right? At that 6-foot body frame, 214 that he brings to the table. That's solid for a running back there. Strong production. The numbers were pretty dang good from his time at UCLA this past season. Plenty of broken tackles, too. This is a guy that has that ability to make guys miss, right? Listen to this. 53 missed tackles 2 seasons ago in 69 last year, broken tackles that he forced. And he's also a pretty decent receiver, too. This is somebody that has a 4.15 yards after catch and 3.50 yards after contact as well. So to put it simply, he is explosive. He had 44 runs last year of 10 yards or more. Pretty strong there. And he also is pretty decent at taking care of the football. You're looking at a guy that had 2 fumbles in his entire career off of 702 carries. Bell cow ability here. So if something were to happen to Kenneth Walker, if he were to get hurt, I think you can trust Zach Charbonnet to carry the load and be that primary running back if something were to happen. You essentially now with this Seahawks team, the way I look at this pick and where you're at now with the running back position, you have basically 2 number 1 running backs at this point. That's a good problem to have. Now, I understand some of you at home are sitting here watching, didn't the Seahawks have other needs they needed to address? What about the interior of the defensive line? What about the opportunity to draft in the interior of the offensive line to get help at center and offensive guard. I understand where you're coming from, but this was still something that needed to be taken care of as well. And although the Seahawks' priorities may be different than the average fan at home that's been following the draft of this Seahawks team, every pick still to this point has taken care of a need of some sorts for Seattle. So that's a good thing on that front. So who should Seattle draft next? Tell me in the comment section who comes to mind of who you'd like to see the Seahawks take in the third round. Give me one name that you would like to see in a Seahawks uniform when it's all said and done here in this draft. Whether it's in the third round or later on, give me one name that comes to mind. Now, we gave you the good with Zach Charbonnet, but now let's give you the bad with Charbonnet. He's an upright runner. Pass pro, not as a strong point despite the size that he brings to the table. 5 drops isn't great in his career. He had 2 this year, mostly check down stuff at the running back position, which isn't that bad. He can help in passing downs. Just want to mention the drops. More of a good than elite athlete necessarily, and tested great as far as that goes. Better explosion, but his 4.53 40 is good enough. The agility testing actually kind of hurt him some with those numbers here. Plenty of touches in his career. So that's the good with the bad when it comes to Zach Charbonnet here for the Seahawks. And now you look at the running back room for Seattle. Kenneth Walker coming off a season where he was a Rookie of the Year candidate. You add in Zach Charbonnet to the hold as well. And now also DJ Dallas is still there too. The Seahawks feel a lot better today than they did at the running back position entering this draft. Your rookie tackles from last year are going to be a year older off of good rookie seasons from Abraham Lucas and Charles Cross. And we know Pete Carroll loves to run the football, right? Geno Smith had a very good year last year. Pro Bowl season, NFL Comeback Player of the Year. And what I think the Seahawks would like to do, and it's not a knock on Geno at all, but they want to run the football to open up that play-action passing game. I would expect to see more of that this year, of an emphasis of winning with the ground game and try to wear teams out in the fourth quarter. And having multiple backs will give you that ability to do that. So I like to pick a Zach Charbonnet here. Our own Tom Downey gives him about a third-round grade, so it may have been a little bit of a reach, but the talent is there. I'm telling you that much, folks. As we wrap up here, keep subscribing to the channel. We're trying to get to 37,000 subscribers this weekend. Trying to do it for our guy, Sean Alexander, as we're just, over 200 subscribers away from reaching that milestone. We'll be breaking down the Seahawks picks all weekend long here on the channel, so subscribe for free today. Turn on notifications so you never miss a moment as we continue to cover this draft. Zach Charbonnet, the pick for Seattle at 52 overall. One more pick tonight coming up in the third round. We'll be back to break that down later. Stay tuned to the channel for more here on Seahawks Today.